This is going to be shocking about how to make communication interesting. We're going to take things that you learned way back in third, fourth, and fifth grade, and we're going to put them together, and hopefully it's going to sit down and be part of our class in business communications. You remember there's 4 types of sentences. You have the simple sentence. 1, independent clause. She needs a job. That's a simple sentence. And the other one, a second kind, is called the compound sentence, where you have a connector between 2 independent clauses. She needs a job and she must expand her skill set. 2 independent clauses joined together by a simple comma with an and that makes it a compound sentence. Simple sentence, compound sentence. They're very different. And the purpose of this is you want to start mixing sentences up in your paragraphs in your paper to sit down and break the rhythm to make certain that people are going to listen and to be caught off guard sometimes. You also have the complex sentence, 1 independent and 1 dependent clause. Because she needs a job, that's a dependent clause because this can't stand by itself. She must expand her skill set. If I just said she must expand her skill set, you would understand that what I meant. But the phrase, because she needs a job, you have to add more. Dependent clause followed by an independent clause. You can also put the dependent clause after, she must expand her skill set because she needs a job. That's a complex sentence. So now we have 3 different kinds of sentences. And the 4th one is the compound complex sentence. 2 independent clauses and 1 dependent clause. Because she needs a job, dependent clause, she must expand her skill set, semicolon. We'll talk more about that later. However, she also must begin networking. So you have 2 independent clauses joined by a semicolon, a however, and comma, as well as a dependent clause with a comma. 4 different kinds of sentences: simple, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex. Now, the purpose of bringing this here is it's all about us learning how to put the different kinds of sentences together and break up a paragraph. Open up with a simple sentence, and then put a complex sentence, and boom, put a compound sentence, a complex thing, and the complex, you want to glue that last sentence into the first sentence of the next paragraph. Make your writing really, really good and interesting as you go through. And you also, once you start learning how to do that and doing it on a regular basis, avoid different things. Here are 3 common sentence faults. A fragment. Email seems boring when compared with Twitter. Huh? So email seems boring when compared to, oh wait, yes. Email seems boring when compared to Twitter. Oh, it's 1 sentence. Don't put the period in. That's a sentence fault that's very common. And the problem is we text too much is probably part of it. Avoid run-ons. He's addicted to social media. He posts updates constantly. That goes on and on and on. You got 2 independent clauses there, okay, without any kind of connection between them. Okay, he's addicted to social media and he posts updates constantly. That is a better revision on the thing, and it doesn't run on and on. Or here's another one. He's addicted to social media. He posts updates constantly. Now, by the way, in the United States, the world has forgotten how to use the famous semicolon. In this class, you're going to learn how to use the semicolon. It's really cool. And do you know why it's cool? It's cool because nobody uses it. If you start using it, people will think that, gee, you are really a smart person. She has a genius. She knows how to use a semicolon. I forgot how to do that. Oh my gosh, it's been so many years. I'm telling you that some of the things you can do with communication, just to shock the reader just a little bit because it's unusual, really draw their attention as come through. Avoid comma splices. He prefers a tablet, she prefers her laptop. He prefers a tablet, she prefers her laptop. That revision, the semicolon, the major difference between a semicolon and a comma is a little bit longer pause. And you're also joining 2 related topics together. He prefers a tablet, she prefers her laptop. There's a pause there. The 2 are related, and that semicolon gives you a little bit longer pause for the listener or the reader to sit down there and listen to the whole concept as it's being spelled out in the process. An alternate version, he prefers a tablet. However, she prefers her laptop. That actually is the more common revision out there. Either one is fine. The alternate revision is written a little bit better because you have he prefers a laptop. However, she prefers her laptop. Okay, so that kind of aspect. And the alternate, he prefers a tablet, but she prefers her laptop. So this is an important section, and it's really big. Don't be sit down and be surprised or be afraid of using simple sentences. Keep it short. Look at the comprehension rate. When you do an 8-word sentence, the comprehension rate is 100%. They're easy. People can digest them. It's kind of similar to the phone numbers. We have a 7-digit phone number because of the fact it's easier for us to remember. Then we tack on the area code. Now we got 10 digits. If you go much past that, we start losing it in the fog of our memory in the process. Keep things short, direct, and brief. People comprehend them. Watch this. We're going to not even double it, and it drops down to 90%. Oh my gosh, now we got 19 words. It's down to 80%. So the longer the sentence, the less people are going to understand it. Words will confuse them. You may have redundancy in the process. 28 words, 50%. Between all these, oftentimes, my experience has been when you read something, 8 words is so much easier to comprehend. And by the way, a 28-word sentence, the chance of anybody reading something intelligent that long, oh my gosh, unless you're Ernest Hemingway, even he struggled sometimes. Sometimes I fell asleep reading his books. Okay, so 28 words, 50% comprehension, or 8 words, 100%. Which would you like to be noted for? Your short sentences that people get, or the 28 words that they forget as soon as they sit or turn the page? Okay, make communication interesting. Use different kind of sentences. Make it like that. Break it up. Toss in the semicolon. Make certain your communication is well written in the process and keep it direct and to the point. We're going to talk about the voice of business also, which is active voice versus passive voice in the days to come. We're going to talk about keeping us interested in the process. Take care.